Wonderful soul. Thank you very much for clicking this video. Lots of love and respect to yourself. You see here, today we shall be reacting together to videos. The type of videos that you will not get to see anywhere else. Some of them are mind-blowing, hilarious, funny. But all these videos, my friend, we shall be going through them with some mission or aim, which is to spread love to the whole world, peace, honesty, and forgiveness. And you can help us in doing so by watching till the end. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and join us as we dive in. But one more thing, let's read from the Book of Wisdom. Reset grocery. So, whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. Do not cause anyone to stumble, whether the Jews, Greeks, or the Church of God, even as I try to please everybody in the way, for I am not seeking my own good, but the good of many, so that they may be saved. 1 Corinthians 10 from 31. Good vibes, soul. Let's give thanks to our Creator as the last thing before we dive in. You see, good vibes. Father Lord, thank you very much for this good vibes soul that have joined us today. Lots of love and respect, Father. All glory and honor belong unto you. Thank you for the videos that you have today. Thank you for the fruits, Father. Guide us through them. Help us to spread love to all corners of the world together, Father, and fill our lives with joy. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray and believe. Amen. Let's dive in.
Definitely looks blue.
It's because of the
What in the world, though? Like, that's like vibrant blue. I'm tripping.
This machine provides unmatched performance, spectacular versatility, and maneuverability for any areas. No fibers and
Okay, stop. Am I crazy? That is not a sun. Look at it. I can't zoom anymore. But look at this. This is not the sun. I am 41 years old. I have never seen the sun look like this. Am I crazy?
Wish I could shoot lightning bolts out of my fingers.
I really can't believe more people are not seeing this. Look at this. There is a moon that's not even a planet, that's actually just a moon to the planet called Atu. I won't have to point it out, but I will. There's a round object in the sky. It's very close. It's actually just outside Earth's atmosphere, and technically these are the clouds from the atmosphere of that planetary object. Those are not clouds from Earth. Earth does not have clouds that look like that, and clouds do not make round shapes and dark shadows. Just saying.
Bro, no way. I just fucking dropped that. And it landed like that. What the fuck? Bruh. No fucking way. I just dropped that and it just fucking landed like that. That's crazy.
I just caught this today. Look at this. Wow. You're a pigeon or what?
¿Qué pedo, güey? No se mueve de ahí, güey. Váyanse en la realidad. Se lo vamos a mandar a Maussan. Mira yo.
O ese avión se está moviendo muy lento Otra vez hay otra falla en la matrix. Hay que llamar al programador para que arregle eso, porque ya las fallas son muy constantes.
You know how I know we're living in a simulation? Someone put the wrong texture pack on that rock. That doesn't belong here.
I think there's a squatter in this house. Hello? Who is it?
Speaking of how everyone's viewing the moon this year, y'all, this is a time-lapse video of the moon in St. Petersburg, Russia, y'all. Do y'all see that? The size of that? So prior to everybody seeing that huge moon in the sky, whatever that they want to call it, this is what they were seeing, right? Red blood red skies. Never seen before. You seen that? This is all over Russia. Check this out, y'all.
And the city was colored with a fearful red light, as if it were the doomsday, the last day of the earth. This frightening scene is a phenomenon that...
But obviously a lot is going on because they just had this red dust in Saudi Arabia, y'all, and now Russia is experiencing this. And then after this over here, they had that huge moon. So why is everybody seeing this huge moon? Remember that movie Moonfall? Like as the moon came closer to the earth, it literally looked like it was falling. Y'all remember that? I told y'all, our life is literally a movie, and they're literally telling us a story about our life. Now what they do is they mix truth with lies, so we don't even know that they're really talking about us, but we're the only thing that's relevant in this universe, truth be told. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Please like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
Have you ever wondered what makes messaging apps like Telegram so secure? When a user sends a message on Telegram, the app immediately encrypts it on their device. And for secret chats, this encryption is end-to-end, meaning only the intended recipient can decrypt it. Okay, but here's how it works. The encrypted message then travels through Telegram's distributed network of servers, which are spread across various countries to enhance security. As the message moves, it benefits from perfect forward secrecy, which really ensures that even if future encryption keys are compromised, past messages remain secure. Meaning, if there's something that happens to your current message, they can't see your previous ones, which is pretty cool. Okay, but once the message arrives at your friend's device, it is then decrypted and displayed for your friend to read. Now, if your message was set to self-destructing, it will vanish in the time you set for it. And the timer is start right when the recipient opens the message. When it hits 0, it then is removed from Telegram servers. So there's no trace of it. So based on this, how much personal information would you be sharing on Telegram?
Hi, my friend. Wow. Hey, which one is this? This one is not a fish. English people, do it to this one. Is it from Australia? My friend, look at this one. Oh my god. This one is even growing on the head. Good vibes, people watching. Tell us, have you ever come across this? What is computer stuff, this one? Maybe. And in some other places, not computer stuff, but good vibes guy here made this artistic pumpkin. You see? It's just good vibes, my friends. This one is extremely creative. Now that one can be sold at a higher price because of the shipwreck that you see. Good vibes technology. And another good vibes further here. This one is always full of good vibes and shows us the different life skills and life hacks that people do and the level of honesty in them. Like now this one, if you apply toothpaste on an egg, it uses the coloration, and now the egg is invisible, transparent. You see? Let's see. Good vibes guy here will try out this hack for us. This one is good vibes. Big up and much love to all the people out there that are always honesty and preaching and encouraging people to be honest with one another. You see, that way we can even be able to be forgiving towards everyone. You see, because if no one lies to you and everyone is just speaking the truth, you can forgive them. Good vibes. You see, this good vibes guide reveals to us the importance of these virtues we talk about. Look at this. After 24 hours, guess what has happened to the egg? Nothing.
Why are separate organs worth more than an entire body? Well, usually when you buy a body, it's dead. And since the body is most likely dead, all the organs up in here probably wouldn't function. The reason for the high price tag on an individual organ is because you're paying for a functioning organ that's in high demand. You're also paying for the labor it takes to store the organs and the convenience, since most organs don't last that long. Like, the reason that the heart is the most expensive one is because it only lasts a few hours outside of the body when stored properly. Meaning that if you manage to get a heart for a heart transplant, the person whose heart you're receiving probably died that day. And receiving an organ transplant is still dependent on whether or not you're a match, which drives the price up, because it has to be specific to you. With an already dead body with no functioning organs, there's only one organ that's really worth taking, which would be the bone marrow. Because you could technically make millions off of the bone marrow inside, it's just that you're paying for the right to extract it if you buy a dead body.
Today I'm going to show you the most deluxe, devious Pythagoras Cup ever invented. We'll see how it works and discuss the maximum size that this cup can reach before it stops functioning. The Pythagoras Cup was invented around 500 BC. It was designed to teach students not to be too greedy. If you fill your cup past the fill line, it will drain the cup entirely, due to a tube in the center that creates a siphon when the liquid reaches the top. However, if you were offered a drink from this cup, you'd know it was obviously a setup. I mean, just look at how weird this cup looks. I'd be suspicious with this big center thing poking out the middle here. It wasn't until 2,500 years later that this cup was finally improved upon, thanks to 3D printers, allowing hobbyists to take on this meaningless task personally. This cup is called the Devious Pythagoras Cup, and it features several improvements. The center tube is gone, cleverly hidden in the sides of the cup. I made a video on this to show how cool it was, but it didn't take long before all the smart Alex in the comments section pointed out the weaknesses of this cup as well. Just plug the hole at the bottom. There's obviously a hole in the bottom. Plug the hole. Well, today I'm going to show you the deluxe devious Pythagoras Cup that fixes all of these problems and becomes unstoppable in making a mess when your friends or students become too greedy. You can see that there's no visible hole in the bottom or pipes in this mug. We're going to see who can fill ours up to the top first without overflowing it. Okay.
Was this a planned event?
Yes. So when you fill it up a modest amount and don't be too greedy, then you can take a drink like normal. But if you get too greedy, watch what happens. I want more. More. Oh no. It's all draining. It's all gone. And look, there's no way to stop it. Instead of one hole at the bottom, there's basically a shower head that spreads the water out everywhere. So how does this cup actually work? This cup was created by Robot Noir on Thingiverse. Let's look at a slice of the cup that I printed. You can see that the bottom is angled toward a hidden edge. Inside the handle there are hidden tubes. When you fill the cup, the water also fills the tube in the handle. And once the water level reaches the top of this drain tube, it freely flows over the edge. This is called a siphon. Siphons are often used to move fluid up and over an edge without continuous work. However, siphons have their limits as well. The pressure at the top of the siphon equals atmospheric pressure minus the hydrostatic pressure of the water in the tube. The lowest pressure we could get at the top is 0 atmospheres. But because this is water, we can't reach 0. The lowest we can get is the vapor pressure of the water. At room temperature, that pressure is 0.03 atmospheres. That means that the maximum level we could ever suck anything into a tube is about 34 feet or 10.3 meters. I showed this in a previous video by connecting my vacuum chamber to a long tube, and I couldn't suck the liquid up higher than 34 feet. So we know that a straw cannot suck any liquid up if the straw is longer than 34 feet. So then here's the question. What happens if my Pythagoras cup is 34 feet tall? So the top of the siphon tube in the cup is right at 34 feet. So pause the video right here and be brave and make a comment on what you think is going to happen. Will it be able to drain the cup? Well, we're going to try it and see what happens. The atmospheric pressure where I did this experiment was only 0.9 atmospheres. That means that the maximum straw height at this pressure is about 30 feet instead of 34 feet. So 30 feet is our new maximum straw height limit. So this is my cup. So I'm going to fill up this cup, and right at the bottom is the drain tube or the siphon. It will fill up as well, and when it gets past this point in the cup, then it will drain out here and come out the bottom tube. So instead of a few feet now, I'm going to make this 30 feet long, and this siphon 30 feet long, and then this one comes down to the bottom. Okay, so this is my cup. Starts here, goes all the way up to the top. Okay, here's the top of my tube. I'm going to start filling it up. Note here that it doesn't matter that my cup is skinny like this. Water pressure doesn't change depending on the width, only the depth. So the same thing would happen if I scaled up a normal cup to be this big. But that would require a lot of volume, and I mean a lot. So that's why I'm just using tubes. Okay, we're almost there. Almost to the top. So we have enough, but we're gonna get greedy. Let's see what happens. Is it gonna drain our cup once it gets to this peak right here? Okay, it's filling up. Uh-oh, we overdid it. Too much. Oh, and there it goes. Okay, it's still draining. Definitely slowing down. Okay, it's slowed down a lot, but it's getting there, draining it. It drained the entire cup. So who guessed right that this is what would happen? So how did the siphon suck up the water in the tube when we were over the limit of the maximum height of the straw? Well, the pressure at the top of the siphon equals the atmospheric pressure minus the hydrostatic pressure of the height of the tube. But the height of the tube is relative to the surface of the liquid that the tube is in. So the true height of the straw in this case is the height of the cup or the top of the siphon minus the level of water in the cup. This means that we don't reach the straw limit until the water from the whole cup has drained. So then what happens if we make the cup even taller than this? Well, let's add about 4 feet to it and see what happens. So I need to add 4 feet to the drain tube here, and I need to add 4 feet to the cup. Now my whole setup is 4 feet longer than before. What happens now? Okay, let's turn it on. Okay, this is just enough. We're not quite greedy yet. But let's get a little greedy. Uh-oh. It's working, it's draining. The cup's still draining. It's not draining anymore. It's stopped right at the bottom. Okay, we've completely stalled right here. At the top, the water's literally boiling, so we're vapor locked at the top. That's what stopped the flow of water. You can see that we're left with water in the bottom of the cup. We're left with about the length of the tube that we added to the cup past the maximum straw limit. Now with this information, we can start to understand what happens as we increase the size of a Pythagoras cup. This graph shows the percentage of liquid that's left in the cup after it drains. At first, as long as the cup is shorter than 34 feet or 10.3 meters, then all of the liquid will drain from the cup once it hits the fill line. But once we start to add height from there, we'll be left with liquid in the cup. If we double the length of the cup past the theoretical straw limit, we can drain our cup halfway. If we double it again from there, then we can only drain our cup about 75% of the way. This continues asymptotically, approaching the point where 100% of the liquid remains in the cup. Hey!
Marlene?
It was a knife, right? You can start thinking about something else.
Liam, come here. Liam, right now. What is happening? Okay, I'm calling your mom. Just stay right here.
Another day, another fishing into somebody's wall. Let's get rid of some of this. What is this? Oh, tough. Nope. Nope, back in the wall.
Well, that's one way off getting the dog back.
Hey, this works. I had to do it before. Check it out. Okay, I showed y'all that video just so I can tell you my story and how this skill that she did by laying on the ground for that dog to come back, how it helped me in a really, really crucial situation. So y'all remember I had a successful pet sitting business, right? So one day I was watching this French bulldog mixed with miniature pinscher. Just imagine how much shit going on in this little dog's body. Fast as hell, could outrun a damn greyhound, okay? I had it had a choke chain on it. It was their choke chain. I'll never use one of them things again. It got off of his neck for some reason. Like, I think when I went to leash it, it wasn't intertwined. He got off that choke flying, y'all. I laid my big ass down on the ground. I said, help, help, help. Lay down. That dog turned around and ran back over to me, man. I learned that on the internet. It could have been this video right here. Or someone did it before her. I laid my big ass on the ground. He came right back. I'm telling y'all, man. My pet sitting business would have been done. If I would have lost that dog, it would have been over with. That skill right there saved my ass. Because that dog was gone.
Oh. My God. This is abnormal.
Welcome back to the series, y'all boys. These cats not even hiding it anymore. Broad daylight, lights on, electric bill running that they're not paying, and they're just coming in front of you and telling you, hey, look what I can do. What you gonna do about it? Look at him. Sir Whiskers Lugau of the Black Water. He don't care. He's staring you straight dead in your eyes and asking you, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, sir? You gonna take that from a Lugau? I've been here almost a year. I've been telling you about these. Just getting worse and worse.
This guy was releasing a bird that got inside into his backyard, back to the world, where it really belongs. You see, this is a good vibes guy, my friend. Oh, look at this. And the bird there is just feeling nice, incredible. And it probably knows that this good vibes will let it go. You see, my friends, this is what you're always talking about. Loving and caring for the universe and yourself and everything around the way you do for yourself. You see? This is good vibes. Especially after all this stuff we have been seeing out here in different episodes.
Mira, una bruja, mire.
Ven.
This creepy video is going viral right now, and it comes from San Juan in the Dominican Republic. And in it you can see an old lady with long muddy hands. But in the full clip, they question her on whether she's a witch and why she fell from the sky. However, she doesn't seem to answer and talks under her breath. But this next clip is relatively new, as it comes out of Romania, and you can see what many believe is a witch caught on security camera. Now the Reddit user that posted this video alleges that this driveway was enclosed and that there was no way in or out without scaling an incredibly high wall. But let me know what you think.
Did you know you can create capacitive touch buttons just using a resistor, some metal, and an Arduino? You can even activate it through thin plastic or paper. Here's how it works. Using the capacitive sensor library with an Arduino, the pulse pin sends a 5-volt signal through a 10 megaohm resistor to a metal plate which acts as a capacitor. It only takes a fraction of a second for the voltage at the plate to reach a level high enough for the sense pin to detect a change. When I touch the metal plate, my body adds extra capacitance to the circuit, increasing the charge time. If the voltage takes longer than expected to change, the system assumes someone is touching the plate. When that happens, the code executes pre-programmed instructions. In this case, I have it toggle an LED on and off each time the plate is touched. Here, I've set up 3 capacitive buttons that light up when activated. Instead of metal plates, I used copper rings made from household wiring to act as sensors. I placed them behind a thin plastic surface with a strip of addressable LEDs behind them. It worked great, as long as I don't touch the wires. Unfortunately, the wires can also sense the touch through the silicone insulation. Let's fix that. I prevented false triggers by using shielded wire from an old audio cable. I connect the center wire to the copper rings and the shielding to ground. This setup ensures that touching the wires don't interfere, but the buttons still respond the way they're supposed to.